What's up guys, Wildheart here, and today we'll do patch 13.13 rundown. This one is supposed to be really massive because as far as I've heard, static shiv is getting nerfed, so this may have a massive influx on current meta, considering how popular static became recently for the mid lane champions, for some bot lane champions like Varus and Kai'Sa, Zeri as well. So yeah, let's dive right into it. And let's see what this patch prepared for us. As far as I can recall, this patch is supposed to be the last one for this season, because currently the competitive season takes like half a year. So this patch is supposed to be the last one. Yeah, the Victoria skin model now features the season 2023 split. Yeah. Should be it. As far as I can recall, at the end of the season is supposed to happen in like 2 weeks, so around mid of July. Oh, here we have the schedule. Let's see. So Oceania, it's July 19th. And it's the first region to hit end of the season. And the last region is China. Okay. But well, mainly it ends on July 19th. And it all ends on the same time. I'm assuming all the servers that are held on Riot platforms, that are controlled by main Western Riot office, are finishing the season on 19th. And those like Garena servers, Chinese servers, they finish a little later. But well, let's move on. Any Q magic damage decreases. So they nerf both the flat damage and the scaling. Interesting. Okay. 10 at level 1, 10 at level 2, 10 at level 3. Oh, basically 10 damage every level and 5% of scaling. Not much, it's not the end of the world and it still can be played, but it's obviously not cool because you normally want to have your Q damage, especially the flat numbers, as high as possible, because when you play any mid, you always max Q so you can last hit minions, and this 10 damage can come handy when you're trying to last hit a little bit too early. Affiliates. Serum lifesteal decrease, gravitum slow duration decrease, crescendum base attack speed decrease. So basically nerf on three weapons. Let's see. I mean, nerfing Affiliate's lifesteal on Severum is totally fine because his lifesteal was just nuts. It's totally fine to nerf it. Man, the lifesteal on abilities got nerfed massively. Like, holy smokes, like almost twice. Level 18. And that's a lot. Gravitum, the gravity cannon, slow duration on attacks. 1 second nerf. This is okay. Shandum the Chakram. Sentry base attack speed. I mean, sentry base attack speed is not that big of a deal because it normally still does only 1, maybe 2 auto attacks if you get in range. Normally you don't really rely that much on your sentry. But lifesteal nerf is massive. Nerf is massive. However, I still don't think this is going to be end of the world for Affiliates, because Affiliates got multiple nerfs over the course of his existence in League of Legends, and he still is playable in League of Legends. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna disappear. Ivern. W and hit magic damage decreased. R Daisy movement speed decreased. Slam base damage decreased. Slam is Daisy's auto attack as far as I can recall, right? So Daisy's movement speed is decreased by 10. That's totally normal because Daisy's movement speed was super high. Base damage decreased by a lot. That's huge. That's huge. Let's see, W Brushmaker. AP scaling is reduced, and flat numbers are reduced as well. Hmm. But I mean, his previous flat numbers are just crazy. Dude, like 30 on hit damage at level 1, it's just retardedly high. It's just extremely high. So his popular build, his previous build with Nashor, Tooth, and Drylice would be just super strong. It totally makes sense to nerf Iron. I mean, last patch Iron was too strong not to nerf it. Let's see what happened to Kindred. Base health and armor decreased. I mean, I don't think Kindred has to be nerfed, to be honest. Kindred was super strong last patch. I would say even last 2 patches, but the reason why she's strong is not the Kindred itself. I would say the best way to nerf Kindred would be to nerf Triforce for ranged champions. I think that's the best way. Because I think the main reason why Kindred is strong is actual Triforce, not the champion itself. Like, her numbers don't look any overpowered. She's just normal champion. Listen, Q damage increased. Alright, let's see what happened there. Man, so many arrows. Wait, you just bring 5% of AD, right? Yeah, it's like 5% on AD on everything, and maximum damage is like plus 10%. I mean, that's great to see because Listen wasn't really popular lately. But on the other hand, it's not like something that will make Listen super popular or strong enough to be meta. I think the main reason why Listen fell off in terms of his popularity is basically his potential durability. I would say, like, not the fact that he can tank a lot, but the way how he sustains in fights, in extended fights, when he normally would just lifesteal with his W. I think the best way to bring the Listen's popularity back would just empower his W, if that makes sense. Increase some lifesteal, maybe Omnivamp, maybe add some armor and magic resistance when he is shielded with W, something like that. I don't think his Q has any issues because normally his Sonic Wave damage was high enough regardless. Nico, Q cooldown increased, W damage adjusted, R adjusted. That's very good to see Nico nerfed, to be honest, because I felt like in my games Nico was super problematic. Like, it was super problematic to play with her and against her, because since Nico wasn't any meta for a couple of years since she was released, people didn't know how to play with Nico, and people didn't really know how to play against Nico as well. So people didn't count minions when Nico was trying to camouflage herself as a minion. People didn't really pay attention to some uncommon positions of blast cones, wars, or whatever. Like, it's just weird to play with and against Nico. So I'm happy to see her nerfed. I feel like the way how she was reworked was an example of a little bit overpowered design, let's say. Like, when she was reworked, as far as I can remember, she got like 40-ish% win rate, and afterwards, like in 2 weeks, she got some buffs, and only afterwards she started to be picked, as far as I can remember. Alright, so I mean, that's a very good nerf on Q. I appreciate this nerf. This is a very good nerf. Not killing the champion and still nerfing it. W shape splitter, let's see. So we lose like 10 damage. Nothing serious. And ulti. Nico is disguised for the entire 1.25 second cast time. Nico is disguised for the first 0.5 seconds of the cast and is then revealed for the remaining 0.75. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. I wonder how it how it works in a fight. Like, can you react to it? Can you actually react to it and, let's say, kick it out with decent ulti or like trash flay? Can you somehow pull it out of the fight? I wonder to see this interaction. Immediately base movement speed increased by 5. Wow, what a massive buff. Well, I won't comment on it, this is just a joke. I mean, Nidalee is not a big champion, so I don't think she needs any buffs. But on the other side, if you want to buff her, don't give her 5 movement speed, give her, I don't know, like +3 starting AD. It's at least something that will help her to clear faster. Like 5 movement speed to champion who has passive that increases her movement speed and who is generally mobile with her W is kind of weird. Rek'Sai base AD decreased, base health decreased. I think that's mainly done because in 13.12 there was a massive spike of Rek'Sai's popularity on top lane. I think I didn't see a single Rek'Sai, or maybe one Rek'Sai in 13.12 in jungle, but I saw some of them playing top, and on top lane she was extremely successful. Let's see what happens with Rell there, because I picked Rell myself in 13.12 and I was super happy to play her. Like I didn't win too much, to be honest with you guys. I lost the majority of my games with Rell, but I think that was mainly issue of me playing Rell and my team was playing poorly. I don't think the champion was an issue because I enjoyed Rell badly. Health regeneration growth decreased, base MR decreased, MR growth decreased, Q damage to monsters increased, W shield decreased, dismounted attack speed adjusted, E monsters damage increased. So you nerf Rell as support and nerf her as and buff her jungler. That's interesting. Rell support has been dominating recently. We are targeting her durability here as we think her overall gameplay pattern is in a good place. Let's see. That's nothing. Health regeneration is nothing. Base magic resistance, 2 magic resistance, whatever. Base magic resistance grows, whatever. We can move on. Q, shattering strike, bonus damage to monsters. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm not sure what do you max on Rell jungle though. I'm not sure, because as Rell support, you've been getting WQ into Emax. Probably as Rell jungle you have to max Q though. E is extremely useful for AoE clear. It might be good too. Alright. Oh, note, max Q first now. That's a note for blind people like me. Alright. W. Crash down shield. So the flat numbers are nerfed up to 25. HP scale remains the same. Dismounted attack speed. Man, that's huge. Wait, that's huge. Even for Rell support, it's huge. So let's say you dismount and you can just hit the guy left and right. So plus 30 attack speed, it's huge. And it doesn't have any connection to levels now. It's very good. It's like actually very good. E, full tilt bonus. No man, I mean Rell is cool on support then. I don't really care about those nerfs. Those nerfs are whatever. And she's going to be really strong as jungle, I think. Not broken, but playable for sure. Probably even broken, I think so. Like, I mean, her concept as jungler is super good. Like, extra movement speed. When you gank with her E, like you speed up your ally, you speed up yourself, you have 2 CCs, you can break shields. Yeah, I mean, her clear is supposed to be terrible. She should be a really bad jungler in terms of getting Herald, getting Drake by herself. But on the other hand, in terms of ganking, man, she's crazy. She's like super strong in terms of like those early ganks, early skirmishes. I think even for 2v2 she must be right. Like her damage is not too high, but on the other hand, champions who rely on the CC, on the ally who can stunlock the target, Rell might be super useful for them. Like Rell, let's say combined with with Fiora, for example, so Fiora can hit vitals, or with someone like Renekton, or someone like Kled. It should be a very mighty combo. Plus, Rel is a frontliner. Frontliner are always good. Like, an overall idea of getting frontliner on your team is always a good thing. Alright, let's see. Varus. W hit magic damage increased. Damage per blight stack decreased. So it's a nerf to AP Varus, I'm assuming, right? On hit magic damage. Okay, so even AP, it's very interesting way to nerf AP Varus without nerfing it. It's too hard. Damage per blight stack. Yeah. I was right. I was actually right. I mean, it doesn't sound too crazy. Red just want to make Varus being played that way that he wouldn't one-shot everyone who gets ulted, because in AP Varus build, yeah, you're fairly squishy, you're terrible at kiting, but if you get someone ulted, if you hit someone with your ulti, you can just 100 to 0 the guy in a split second. That's the thing. That's why I think they just want to make Varus less of a burst damaging champion and more of a DPS type of champion, even if you build AP. We still have Lethality Varus if we need one though. Passive shield decreased, R cooldown increased. Interesting. Shield scaling, 13% of maximum health, 10% of maximum health. So that's basically a nerf to... Man, how this item was called? I forgot this item name. The one that was the one that was healing you and your allies when you ulting and increasing your HP. Radiant Virtue? Yeah, Radiant Virtue. I think Radiant Virtue it was. I think it's a nerf to Radiant Virtue build. Should be it. Mainly to make Vi not as strong as she was in the pro play. I think that's mainly pro play oriented change. Ulti thing? I mean, that's massive. I mean, 2 minutes cooldown for such an ulti is a lot. 2 minutes 20 seconds is kinda crazy for such an ulti, it seems to me. I wouldn't say it's like it's something that kills Vi, but it definitely doesn't sound cool for those who've been playing Vi often, who've been maining Vi. I don't think that's something that totally kills Vi, to be fair with you. I think we will just figure some alternative builds for Vi, like let's say Triforce into Black Cleaver or something like that. Less of a tank, less of a frontliner, more of a glass cannon Vi. Wukong, E damage to monsters modifier removed. Yeah, I mean, this is pro play nerf as well. Items. Duskblade. Scoring a takedown while channeling will no longer proc scoring a takedown while channeling will no longer proc Duskblade's untargetability. That's a mirror oriented. Oh yeah, they say it. I'm not sure if it's related to Misfortune, because I never saw someone building Duskblade on Misfortune, but that's definitely a Samira oriented nerf, and I see why this is happening. This makes total sense to me. Essence Reaver, Spellblade damage base AD. Wait. Huh? Wait. So they buff the base AD and they nerf the bonus AD scaling. Man, that sounds very interesting. So that's like a massive buff for early game, right? That's like a crazy good buff for early game. But at the same time, it's a massive nerf when you scale. It's actually a huge nerf when you scale. I wonder how it turns out. Like, obviously, I have some champions in my mind, like Draven, Ezreal, Rengar, who've been going really hard on this streamer early on, but I'm not sure if it changes anything, to be honest, for them, because if you want to get this item early, and usually Essence Reaver is taken as one of the first item, if not the first, especially for Draven, you will still want to go for it because you need the early damage, you need the early power spike, so you can keep snowballing the game. So you can get the early power spike item, right? Get some kills with it, get extra gold, and scale into something more serious. Static shield. Here we go. I've been waiting for this nerf for quite a bit. Alright, so energize, minion damage. Ooh, it doesn't scales at all. Man, it doesn't scales at all now. Holy. That's correct. That's correct. Like it's really weird to see that it was scaling as 125% of AP. So let's say if you've been playing someone like Wildheart and you had let's say 900 AP, you've been getting like 1100 extra damage because of that, because of this static shift thingy. But you could just, let's say, hit one minion and clear the entire wave with one auto attack. Sounds a little bit correct. Non-minion damage is nerfed as well, though. I don't know. It sounds like it's just that. To be honest, it sounds like it's just that because it doesn't clear minions now. It doesn't help you to clear minions now. It gives you AD stats, so it will not be as popular as it was on AP champions. They didn't add any AD scales for it. And they nerfed the AP scales when it comes to champions damage. Like, I'm just trying to pretend I'm playing LeBlanc or Zoe or AP Varus or Viger or whoever, and I don't see the reason to build this item anymore. Just sounds generally bad, like numbers are just so bad. No way I'm buying this item. Stormrazor. Energized damage. Oh. Wait, energized damage is changed from 15 to 90. But AD scale is reduced by 35%. And AP scale is not applied now. So Stormrazor is basically nerfed the same way as it was as Essence Reaver was nerfed. So now, if you got Stormrazor and Essence Reaver, you're going to be an absolute monster of early game. Probably you still want to go Stormrazor over Essence Reaver for Draven now. I mean, I'm not sure. Draven will probably have mana issues because of that. It's very controversial because stats-wise, Stormrazor sounds more interesting to me for Draven. But speaking of mana issues, Draven might want Essence Reaver. However, for champions like Tristana, that's a massive spike for early kill potential. That's extra 80 damage out of nowhere, and also you sometimes you may get up to 2 procs in one fight, if you fight for not too short. I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting change, and it looks like a meta overall shifts from low-key poke oriented to something more early game skirmish oriented, something like that. And that's honestly cool because the poke meta in last patch was a complete no-brainer. Wait, do we have anything else important? Nah, only skins. Only skins, guys. Elderwood cartridge is dope though. Alright guys, I think that's it. Hope the patch on down was good for you. Enjoyable. And yeah, I wish you good luck on Summoner's Rift, on Fields of Justice. And I really beg you guys, if you were playing static shiv champions, just quit playing static shiv now and play something that is more up to date, like Storm Razor, Essence Reaver, or just other items that were not touched, because static shiv seem to be dead to me. Just it. Alright, see you next patch, guys. Good luck.